Hello, the internet. I've really been putting a lot of consideration into what to open next. See, there's a lot of really cool things coming out. We had a little lull. There wasn't a lot for a bit, but there's a lot now. I've been picking up some GW, some non-GW, but it's I just didn't know. So there's one I think that I'm kind of settling on, and that's the Forge World exclusive Custode, Hale. Yeah, so far, here's the tricky thing. As far as my understanding is, there aren't any rules for him yet. I don't think they're in the Inferno book yet. And there aren't any PDFs on their website. So my hope is that maybe the rules are inside the box. I don't think so. Maybe it's just that it came out just recently, so people haven't popped it open and it's just not a thing yet and hasn't proliferated on the internet just yet. But my hopes are that it's inside. So that'd be good, because we're currently, in order to take that unit, because I don't have the Inferno book yet, I keep holding off and, next week, and next thing you know, it's sold out again. But my hope, each time I want to take that unit or some Custodes as allies, I have to take 2 squads, and I just want one as like a big tar pit. And having an HQ might cheapen it a little bit, maybe, possibly. So let's do that. I really want to take a look inside. I'm really curious. I took the shrink wrap out. I'm sorry I was unfaithful to you, but let's go and take a look. Oh, yes, I want to see it. It's over there. Come over there. All right, so let's see. I just wanted to do a quick side-by-side. So this is the Ferrus Manus, and this is Hale. So yeah, we're looking at a pretty good size difference. So, I from what I understand, it's a pretty big model, but I'm not going to get my hopes up because of the size of the box. But let's see what's inside. All right, here we go. Hale. This is it. Is it the rules? Oh no, no rules. Wait, maybe there is still rules. That's probably the packing slip in the bottom, or the quality control slip. Sorry about the popping. All right, here we go. Oh, working with resin. Oh, bummer. And SB checked it. Good old SB. All right, so no rules. Poop shoot. So this looks like it's it might have been a blister pack at one point, and they decided to go with the character box instead. Perhaps, I don't know. So I'm a little bummed, but I'm sure rules will be out eventually. If not, hey, at least he's a Tribune, so we know we can make him up, even if he doesn't have like special rules. Okay. So, we got some dabby foam. That'll be useful later on. Sticking to me. We brought electricity over from the UK. All right. Oops. Looks like a small base. It's not quite it's just like a Custode size base. Terminator size. So what is that? A 40 mil? Yeah. So he's good size. No monsters base, but yeah. Let's see. He's gonna have a pretty decent diorama, I believe. Not an amazing one, but he'll still have more than your average dude. So here we have Hale's body. Here is his body. So yeah, we have the 1 foot up on the steps, and then 1 foot down on the ground. Yeah, let's do a little side by side. Yeah, so it looks like he's about the same height as a regular Custode, just ever so slightly taller. Of course, he does have 1 foot up on a step, so maybe that takes into account that. Although I really like his waist cape. That's pretty dope. One of the things that kind of bummed me out about the plastic kit is that they didn't all have capes, because that's something that you usually say in the lore is a ton of capes. And I know some people said that they'd rather not have the capes, but I would like them. So anyway, this might just be like a good way of getting that in between, so I don't have like the full drapey cape, but still get a little bit of cape action. Deep dark cape action. Alright. So, oh man, yeah, he's got the hella axe. I'm curious to see what this thing does. Like I said, I didn't get Inferno, so I'm sure there's rules for this guy somewhere. So that's in contrast to the halberd. Looks like the halberd's a little bit longer, but yeah, you're getting that sweet bolter. Oh, it's got the round clip in it too. Round magazine. That's pretty fly. Yeah, there we go. Got a backhandy bladey bit. Then we have some arms and his helmet. Yeah. There you go, holding the helmet. And the helmet design is pretty similar to your typical helmet. And it's not significantly, there's no significant departure. That's kind of interesting that they haven't really, I guess maybe the lore is that they're all, because they are all individual fighters, there really isn't like a, I mean there is a leader, but maybe there just isn't a huge, I guess, what am I trying to say? Your rank comes from the name that's etched inside your armor, so it's not so much like what's on the outside, some sort of laurel or wreath or anything, but maybe it's just what's on the inside. It's what's in the inside that counts. All right, here's the power knife and his head, his goateed face. Not sure what this is. That probably goes on an elbow maybe, and that's probably some sort of proto iron halo maybe. Let's see, proto iron halo. I don't know. I don't see it there. I'm sure it is though. Then this looks like it's part of the base, and so I guess we'll see what that does. Okay, so this was part of this guy here, right? Yeah, okay. This makes sense. So this railing is going to slide down onto that thing right there. So that's cool. Okay. So this is them storming the castle, probably. And then finally the shoulder pads. Alright. These are pretty fly. There's a little bit more detail than your typical Aquila shoulder pad. It's a little bit crisper. Let's see if I can get it really in there. Yeah, it's a little bit crisper, more dimensionality to it. So the eagle is a little bit more three-dimensional versus just a relief. And then of course that symbol is pretty standard. So that might be it. That could denote him as being a badass Tribune versus some regular dude. So yeah, I think that's about it for this. But let's go and throw it together. I mean, it should be a pretty quick put together. So I'll go and clean it all up, and then we'll hop back into it. Okay, sound good? All right. All right. So one of the things I'm kind of coming to think about is that if I want to keep with the same basing theme that I have been, which is kind of an outdoors kind of woodland, not war-torn kind of feel. I mean, a lot of the things that I have going on, I mean, there's rocks, there's, I don't have one next to me, but there's trees and stuff like that. Not a whole lot of like war-torn buildings and stuff. So I think having this, this guy right here, as part of the theme, or on the base would be very unique. And it would set him apart from everybody else in a way that I'm not sure that I want to commit to. So I think I'm going to probably, I'll put this together, but I won't glue the stairs on or him on the stairs. So what I'll probably do is just blue tack it and go from there. So, and then I'll decide whether or not I want to have him on a tree or something else. Because as it stands, I mean, his cape is definitely on a stair. I mean, even though there's no pieces of stair here, I mean, it's obvious. It's gonna be really hard to get away from that one. So it's probably either gonna be some creative green stuffing, rocks, or whatever else. So let's see how that goes. Anyway, let's let's hop into the build. here we go. Mr. Ian Hale, the Tribune. So I kind of have him blue tacked on there. He might fall off a little bit. I didn't do a very good job of blue tacking. But yeah, I mean, he's a decent looking model. When I first saw him, it looked like as though he was a bit, kind of, it looked like his base was a bit full. And it really just seems like he's a bit forward on the base. If you take away the stairs, perhaps mold up something else, got rid of maybe that trail of cape, maybe he could be posed a little bit further back. I mean, really, I guess I could just like move the whole thing back. But he is horizontally vertically oriented. So I don't think it'll be a problem when you come to base contact with other models. I mean, yeah, I mean, you throw in a Custode, like assuming that was your enemy, you know, he's not going to be touching it really. So, you know, it's just going to be aesthetically, he'll be a little bit far forward, but really, you know, game-wise, I don't think it'll be a problem. But yeah, I mean, it's a beautiful looking model. I think he looks really great. He looks really regal. You know, there's a story to this pose. There's a story to the diorama. And I love that in models. I think where you have a narrative going on. And this is definitely a collector model. I definitely see why it was in the black box now. Oops. One of the outtakes, I dropped the model and broke the axe again. So anyway, that's a little bit of a problem, but that's my problem, not Ian's problem. Anyway, so I think it's really cool. You know, it's not a very expensive model. It's a nice looking kit. It's a nice looking sculpt. Has really awesome weapons and armament and stuff. So I'm pretty happy with it. I do hope that we get rules at some point, but that's it. Anyway, say hello to Ian. Hello, Ian. Anyway, let me know if there's anything else you want me to take a look at. Talk about maybe some modeling options. If you're having trouble with a kit, let me know, and maybe we can take a look at it. So until then, post any suggestions in the comments. I would definitely like to see what you would like to take a look at, what the kits you're interested in but not too sure about, or maybe there's just something that's not quite right about a model and you need a little bit of help with it. So otherwise, talk to you later.